All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob for Smirking Gun Reviews, and we're doing Preacher. So, Season 3, Episode 8, The Tom/Brady. So, full spoilers are ahead if you have not seen the episode. So, I'm just going to get into it. I'm going to do my one nitpick and get it over with, basically. And I start with basically, so that's just great. Great start. So anyway, if you're gonna have Jesse, tell Jesse to shoot someone as soon as the door opens. Jesse is a very capable fighter, shooter, everything, well, all around badass. He would not shoot a giant fat man in the fucking chest. He would shoot him in the dome because that's where he's least fat. Jesse would know that if you shoot a guy like that, he's... Okay, first, you might not get through all that fat. And maybe, what if he's wearing Kevlar? You don't have Kevlar in your head. Jesse would not be that stupid. So, to quote Deadpool 2, that's just lazy writing. If you wanted him to survive the fight, you do a different way. You don't do it that goes against the character. That's just a nitpick. The rest of this episode is a fucking goddamn roller coaster, carnival ride, fucking awesome show. The only other nitpick is that Hairstar doesn't like to kill people in the workplace. Did you see how he got the job? He was having no problem taking out the other people he worked with. Oh, and it's because it's the Allfather, because it's some super powerful guy. He took out the guy that was his boss. So those are my only little nitpicks. Otherwise, this is like insane. This is going to go down as the insane season of a show that's insane. So let's just get to it. Let's talk about... I've heard of the highway to hell, but Granny Langell has the hotline to hell. So if we wanted to know who was on the other end of that phone before, so Granny gets to call hell. And the devil shows up at your door. I love TC's look on his face when he realizes that something really wrong is going on the other side of that bell that's ringing. And then, oh, here's Johnny. I gotta tell you, that actor's gotta be having a blast. So Granny Langell's been having nightmares about all the people she's eaten. And, you know, just being as selfish and self-pitying as she is, and I could care less, and of course you're not supposed to care, but these are her fears, that one day she will eventually die and have to go to hell. But, you know, whatever. So she decides to make a new deal with the devil, who is very, very excited to see her come down to hell. So that's pretty much it for her. Okay, so the devil goes down and talks to his angel of death. Says he needs Tulip O'Hare because she's the one giving Granny all the grief. And that's it for that part. The angel of death takes off to go find Tulip O'Hare, which doesn't bode well for Tulip. How many times has she died this season already? Twice? Well, she was killed at the end of the second season, but she was dead at the beginning, and then she died again, and you know, you get it. So then we have Jesse's story. Now let's go to Cassidy's story first. So they catch poor old Malcolm Barrett's character, who's again trying to capture. Well, he's really building himself like a protective suit for vampires, but they catch him. And we get this great moment again of how Hairstar cares so little of his employees that they, you know, he thinks it's autocorrected, like, oh, he doesn't really want me dead, it must be autocorrect, and they go through this long text thing that's very cartoonish, literally cartoonish, where it's not autocorrect, he just doesn't care. But Cassidy, oh, and here's something else. So we can officially not trust Cassidy's movie taste, okay? He didn't like The Big Lebowski. Okay, fine. He likes other Coen Brothers movies, but he hates The Big Lebowski, but he considers The Wicker Man to be fucking brilliant. We cannot trust him on his his movie taste. So if he doesn't like The Big Lebowski or likes The Wicker Man, he's got problems. But that's just me. But they give him the whole thing with the bees. I love that. I love the fact that he's like, where are we going to get bees? Are you a beekeeper? And he just happens to be a beekeeper. And he's just like, fuck, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I love it. It's just, God, I love Cassidy. So they decide to let Malcolm become, I don't know what his real name is. I'm going to call him by the actor's name. Malcolm Barrett's character. They decide to make him a vampire. And they do, and he's all happy. He's got his fangs out, and again, we're just getting to, Cassidy's trying to figure out why he doesn't have the powers. He doesn't know that the reason the other dude has powers is because he kills other vampires, and that gives him power. But then when Cassidy finds the neck thing in the garbage that had been used by the other girl, he comes and rescues him at the very last second, which is great. I mean, he gives him that same speech, that practiced speech. How many times has he done it? And, it just gives him such more illegitimacy as he doesn't even come up with new ways to do it. Like, he just keeps doing this old, tired, rehearsed thing before he kills people. And I just love it. Cassidy's there, and yes, Cassidy gets taken out by him, but knocks him out. But, so that allows him to escape. He didn't want to kill Cassidy, but now Cassidy's going to be in some shit. They're going to have to throw down. And that's it for Cassidy's story, but it's really funny. There's a lot of good moments. It's nice that Cassidy was able to, to figure this out. And that guy's just vile, man. Like, he's a real vampire, but he just still feels like a phony one. Anyway. Now we get to Jesse's story. So Jesse, okay, the fight in the elevator is great. The poor guy, when the doors open, it's all says cheese. Like, what building are they in, man, that they have other offices where apparently it's like the Cheese Council, where they do ads for cheese, or this is a cheese company? That was just great. So yeah, he shoots him in the stomach. You find out his soul's up his ass. And Hairstar can't shoot him because he's a importanter person, one of the most important people on the planet. This giant bowling ball full of hate. So they strap Jesse up to this coffin-looking thing to get Genesis out. Which leads us to a pretty damn gory, funny situation where they keep bringing in Humperdews to explode. It's just great, poof, to that music, poof, poof, poof. I love the explanation of, the different chemicals that they're using, the different cocktails that they think are going to be the right combination of people, of goodness and bad. Just Serena Williams and Louis XVI and shit. But even when they do find the one that works, they kill Humperdew, and it shoots back in him, and then they say, they've got plans. So basically, it almost is like, we wanted to find the right one, and then show, we don't need you, but Hairstar still, even he goes, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna kill this guy, but he's still, it's against that character's nature to do this. I don't understand why they would decide on a writing level to change the character from so fundamentally. He's been different this whole season, if you think about it. He has been less, he's still hard, but I don't know. With the hats and everything, I don't know. He just seems off. And I blame the writers. I blame the direction that they wanted to take this character in, because I just feel like he wouldn't have any problem killing the Allfather. I think they had to soften him up to have the Allfather be in this, because I don't think that the Hairstar that we originally were introduced to would put up with the Allfather at all. He would be dead already. So anyway, now we get to Osaka with the heist, and it's great. So my character chews gum, flicks the paper in her face. Your character has a busted up nose. Jody in the suit is hilarious. Them in there, okay, so they go into this place, and I swear, like, as I didn't know what was going on. I thought that they were just trying to blend in and doing a terrible job at it. And why are they talking like they're in a porno? Like a bad, like, I shouldn't say any, like, they're acting like they're in a porno. It's stilted acting and everything. Hey, babe, and then, okay, so we get the reveal that it's a sexual harassment seminar. So, okay. I love he's got his hands out like this, and they're frozen, but when they switch it up to Tulip being the aggressor and this guy from the audience being like the victim, suddenly the acting got better. Like, why was it so? Was it because those two didn't want to say the lines like that well, and so it ended up sounding like a porn script? Either way, it was genius. It was hilarious. Tulip, grabbing dude's ass, and her saying, I just wanted you to grab his ass. I love Featherstone's, talking in English and then would get really serious in Japanese. It's like, it's so funny. So freaking funny. And then their rivalry goes into, they're in the vault. They're flipping off the guys. Hey, that's not Matsuka. What? And then Jody they open the door, and there's Jody. Who are you? Human resources. It's time to check your browser history. Which is code for you're all about to die. So they're cool. They get the text a smiley face, which is, again, just all the little touches in this episode. Featherstone's a brilliant hacker, and their back and forth is great. Yes, of course, Tulip shocks herself because she is kind of a child that wouldn't listen to her parents say, don't put your hand in that light socket. I mean it. She's that person who's going to do it. But again, she still one-ups Featherstone by just flicking the gum and breaking the lock. And they get out, and then this is where you find out that the angel of devil's right-hand person, the angel of death or whatever. I don't know why it would be an angel, but I don't think it is. Whatever. Got to get back on track. So she's on the plane. She confronts Tulip. Are you Tulip O'Hare? Brunette, grail suit, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not. I'm Matsuka. See, she's got the badge, and she points to Featherstone. Okay, so Featherstone gets taken. Okay, I guess another minor nitpick is, wouldn't somebody that works in hell have like some sort of powers to know what Tulip looks like? Why would she go there blind? Why wouldn't she know exactly what Tulip looks like? Mystical powers in some form, wouldn't they, have some sort of mystical powers? Or do they really need like human resources type things? Like, do they really need to have a picture? Like, have you seen this man? Okay, I mean, whatever. It's kind of funny that that's the case, if that's the case. But so Featherstone had the souls. Featherstone was taken by this demon. And now they're going back to hell, where she meets the Saint, Hitler, and Eugene at a bus stop to hell. And that's the episode, and it's great. This is insane. This season is probably my favorite. I mean, there's so many good episodes. If you take them all and combine them, yeah, each season has great episodes, but this one is just goddamn off the fucking rails awesome. So anyway, if you like this video, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, comment, all that stuff to get notifications and things. I did make this a longer video because fuck it. I really liked this episode. I had a lot to say about it. So I highly recommend watching it if you haven't already. So this is Rob for Smirking Gun Reviews saying I've got a little tiny video I'm going to make after this. But otherwise, we will see you on the next one. See you tomorrow and have a great night. Bye.